low water signs. That would include Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is Elijah Keating from wisdomseekers.net. Go check us out. We're a pretty awesome group of people. For the energy for the week of the 10th to the 16th, March 2019. And shall we start out right away so it's not a long read? And the first one is release. Right? You've seen it before. Now you know where it's what to do about it. Just deep breathing and allowing, because it does take us to the place where we want to be. Releasing is a rather important part of growing spiritually. So what is the first card for us? Well, it's a good card. The Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles, that's Mother Earth. It's the physical earth we're living in. But if you look at it, there's a tremendous amount of energy and it's flying around. It's just shooting around. So there's a lot of shifting in it, changing on it, Mother Earth. She's doing it for herself, of course. You always start out with yourself. But she's doing it for us, though we are technically part of her. You can't have an anthill without ants and still be a true anthill. Right? Even with we are like the ants on Mother Earth, we are still part of who she is. So she's doing it for us, and she's doing it so that we will increase in bounty. And the Pentacles is a money card. But you look around and you see in the trees there's many, many things that would be perceived as a bounty or enough. And that's all we need is enough. So that is the basis of the card. Lots of shifting and changing on the physical plane for us this week. And what comes up next is the Princess of Cups. And the Princess of Cups, she's the wise inner child. She's the one that knows when it's time for you, that you're ready to shift. She knows when it's time to bring up that little extra stuff that you've been hiding away or you're hidden away. And she's also the one that tells you to look after yourself while you're doing it. Take that extra long bath with the lavender scent in it. Play the music you love so much, from rock to Beethoven. Anything that soothes the soul. So what's behind us? Well, you got that one. Strength. And strength is basically a growing and moving up. You left behind that which has made you less than. And when I say less than, nobody is actually less than. You've left behind that which is not your true self. So you're opening up to being more who you truly are. And it takes a great deal of strength to do that, to be your authentic self. What's directly below you? Well, the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups can be very highly emotional, or she can be highly intuitive, because people often listen to their thoughts, emotions over their thoughts, because we generate our thoughts. And that's a whole nother ball game unless you're an empath. But as a general rule, your feelings belong to you. So if you listen to the feelings that are not generated by your emotions, like, hey, that guy just about ran me off the road with his fancy pickup truck, and that makes me really angry, so I'm going to be in a rage now. That's a thought-generated emotion, but an emotion where it just feels like this is the right time to turn left rather than right to go to work. It'll take me 10 minutes longer, but it's It just feels right. That is the feeling that she evokes. The emotion of intuition, the emotion of understanding or caring. Why did you do that? Sometimes you absolutely never know, and other times you get to work and hear there was a huge big accident on the right-hand road, which would have been 10 minutes faster, pardon me, but would have ended up being a couple of hours later. So emotions are the language of the soul. It's the feeling, not the thought feeling, but the feeling of the universe is how we speak to each other. I mean, a lot of people think that words are the answer, but if you look at people who talk about communications, it is 7 to 29% of words are actually communication. The rest is body language. And I suspect there's a big, huge part of us that listen to the empathic energy as well. You get that feeling that, hey, it sounded like he was saying something really nice, but it didn't feel like it was nice. So so words are a very small part of communications. So we do pay attention. We're trained to pay attention to our feelings, even when we're unaware of it. Well, what's directly in front of us? Makes sense. The Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is generally a business card, but it's also a card of magic, because you look at the old dead tree, it's growing fresh new leaves. That's magical. But it also means it's time for a shift. It's time for a change. What we've done in the past, we're proud of, and we should be. Doesn't matter what we've done. We've learned, we've grown, we've expanded from it. So that is a very positive card, but it is also time to move forward. Take what we've learned in the past and bring it with us, but move forward. And that probably means to another path, whether it's a 90-degree angle or a 5-degree shift. Doesn't matter, but it is time to move forward. What will that bring us? 4 of Cups. And that's usually what happens when we're ready to shift to a new beginning. We go through that stage in between where we don't know where we're going and we get frustrated, and you can't tell which the next step is. It feels like you're walking in a fog. Don't worry, it's temporary. I've done it many, many times. I've got to the place where it no longer bothers me. Though I have to admit, when I was young, and I am not young anymore, it bothered me a lot. I thought I was going to be stuck there forever, but I never was. So what does that bring us to? Yay! 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, that is the sitting on cloud 9. It's our wish card. Make a wish. This wish is just for you. This is for this week. Make it grand. Why not? You never know what can come true and how it can come true. So make a wish, because you're going into a phase of being extremely happy. Well, does it sound like it's a down, up, down, up? Yeah, it does. Don't we do that every week? Basically. And while you're at it, and this card comes up every single week for at least one group of people. Watch your 6. This is the 7 of Swords. But watch your 6. And for some reason, other people do not like it when you're happy. Maybe because they're not happy and they perceive it as an affront. Whatever. Watch your back. It's only temporary, and if you know about it and you're aware of it, you can deal with it quickly. And the last card is the Empress. And what does the Empress bring us? Well, she has her foot on the moon, which is the subconscious. So she's not intimidated by the subconscious. And most of people who are watching this video and are attracted to anything, I have to say, probably have dealt with the subconscious of shadow many times, not scared of it at all. So you too are the Empress in that respect. Facing your fears will bring you that which you want. It will be enough. It will be sufficient. But sufficient might be very fancy. Or if you prefer a little log cabin in the woods that you built by hand and for yourself, it might be just that too. So this is abundance. There is abundance coming for you this week. And it could be abundance of more energy. Yay. I know we get bowled over by it how many times in the last couple of years? Few years, more than couple. But it will bring us to a point of being abundant and achieving and having what we want. And the funny thing is, as we grow higher and more spiritual, what we want is nice, solid set of clothes on our back, food on our table if we're hungry, people around that we can help or deal with in a very positive manner, and a place to lay our head. Quite often, too, we'd like to have, I know I do, a decent vehicle to get around in. So we get the basics of life, but it could be that our basics of life are multi-millions, or it could be our basic of life is just enough, sufficient. It's not important whether it's more or less, but the answer is mastery. It brings us to mastery. And boy, did I ramble on today. Look at that. I apologize. But that's where you're headed to, water signs. You're headed to mastery. Because of all the signs, water sign should be the one that understands the language of emotions quick and easily. All right, with that I'm going to say namaste, and it's been a pleasure.